Right, hello, my darlings. I'm Faith from Faith and Grits. Back to take the last little look at the Botanist. And isn't she gorgeous? Gorgeously green. So this is my Botanist journal as part of the My Daily Spread for Rachel Belt Crafts, which is coming to its end today. So I'll be off shortly to watch the very last videos. So let's have a little look through. I haven't filmed everything. I do need some books here. It's a bit of a chunky monkey going on now. And I've got charms and the jewelry has come out and all sorts. So let's prop her because she is packed to the gills. So I've got an ex libris card then in the front. And this is a graphic that rights-free, royalty-free graphic that I've got, and I've just printed it onto Rachel's papers. And I do like adding scrappy bits just with a stapler, my little mini attacher. And some of the collage elements I've purposely left as places to hide things. So there's a sketchy leaf there, cut from wallpaper, so it's got a little bit of strength to it. Sorry, I'm trying to hold that. My voice is coming and going on me. So that's like for a card topper, but I've just added them as just sort of flip overs to cover writing spaces. A little charm there, a little leaf. I've added some tabs throughout and added a little bit of bits of the text onto each tag. Again, a tiny area down here, places to slot little things from the kit. That's like one of the ones of Rachel's foundation papers. And I've just had some old packaging paper, or this is from an old, looks like stenciling probably, and just ripped it and glued 4 little patches on there and stuck elements in. Quite effective. Now, I need to explain here, pardon me, I had a lot of brad closures in here, and it got to the point where I had too many brad closures, and they were all in the center of the book on the same spot. So I had to do some surgery and remove them. So instead of just trying to cover the holes on a few of them, I've made this sort of tab closure. So if you think now, that would have had a hole in it, and that would have had a hole in it from the brads, but I've taped both sides. Will that fit in there? I've cut a slit where both of the holes were, taped the sides to reinforce the slit, and this is just a piece of cardstock with a eyelet in the end. So instead of having it that way, I added an extra slot for it to go under. So it's going under, in, and then in the bottom one. So it can be removed. Page flips open for journaling, and it's just sitting at the back. It's just enough to keep the page closed. There's another one of the tags from the kit, backed with a bit of grungy paper. I've gone through and inked a bit on some of these. Plenty enough room here to play. This one as well. I really like the way this one has come out. So that's from the kit, and I've printed writing paper from the foundation kit onto the back. And then I added some stamping. So if I pull these tags out, I've got a full sheet of writing paper here that's lined. But I've just gone in with some of my stamps and added the greenery. And then there's writing space on the back of both of those. So lots of space to journal in here. And lovely. And this one as well, I think, is just some scrappy paper. Scrappy Amazon paper, and I just shoved them full of all sorts from the kits. I've got a couple of slides in here that I've done up. So that one is a real flower. Sorry for the glare. I must have pressed these a couple of years ago and just forgot about the flower press. I've added a tag in the back. And then that one as well. Some little snippety bits in the back, tucked in. And this tag goes under the flower. That way. So, happy with that. One of those 1, 2, 3 slots die cuts. And I've added bits in there, like from the kits. This one was interesting. I don't have a full sheet of it printed to show you, but this was a piece of collage paper, not from Rach. It's one of Dash of Dave's freebies over on his Ko-fi. So I had a couple of his that I printed out that suit this theme, and I printed Rachel's overlays on them. And I really love the effect that I got. Really, really lovely. So those overlays can be used on anything, printed on their own or on anything. That was one of the collages I done for, I think it was my day 4 of doing collage elements, but keeping something hidden within the collage element. So there's those 2 tags hidden in there, a tag behind, there's another tab there. And now this, I will go back and double check, but I'm pretty sure it's a serendipitous crafter that did something very similar to this, where she took the tags from Rachel's kit and made a pocket for them. And I sat down the following day and thought, I'm going to give this a go. It was a little bit fiddly to tack together with glue until I knew where everything was going, but quite happy with the way that came out. And then I found some more of those real dried flowers tucked away in my craft room, and did a bit of stamping around. I forgot to do the back, but never mind. Another one of those that's got the flowers in it. Love the way that came out. Love it, love it, love it. Sorry for the glare. And had a bit of writing space on the back of that one as well. Another tab here. So I got all sorts of colors going on in this one, because it is nature, isn't it? So this one was a pen that got removed from both sides, but because it's like antique ledger looking, I had some of that yellow, faux yellow tape like Jazz over at Jazz Creates uses, and I added that to it. It looks authentic. It looks like real yellow sellotape. Another one of those 3 enclosures. I love adding snippety bits like this. You know, you've got, I mean, what am I going to do with a piece of denim that size? Or a tiny bit of lace that size? Well, we all know what we do with lace, but even like odd little bits like that, just combine them and staple them on. I like the look. It's quite rustic. This is another one. I got snippety bits hidden inside that bit at the bottom. And this tag, I made from book page, but I tucked in 2 of the elements from the kit behind those. Instead of collaging them down flat, I only did a couple of sides. So you've got removable elements. And then on the back then added a bit more. So loving that. Go back in. There we go. Another one of those slots. This might be easier to see. So it's just a piece of cardstock that I've backed with printer paper on both sides. So it's got a little bit of rigidity to it. Added a slot on the top, cut those slots out and reinforced them. So in there, and in there. And that's the one I did for one of the other videos. And I'm quite chuffed with the way the measurements came out in that, because it lays open flat. It lays open flat against the opposing page, so you can write on it and then fold it back up again. I suppose you could put a closure of some kind if you wanted. Some more beadwork on the dangle. Now these are up tucks, so there's a place to stick something up and then stick something in. Again, on that side, I've got a little thing tucked under at the top, and then things that can tuck in the bottom pocket. And let's see, another one of the collages, hidden element in there, card behind. I did a bit of a yellow spread. Love the way that came out. This, I'm not going to take it out. It's. I don't know what I've done. I don't think I've used the right paper. It's one of those that's got a hidden card inside. I won't pull it all the way out because it's taken me forever to get it back in there. But there's loads of tutorials for those. I think somebody in this collab did it early on. I can't remember who it was though. Another bit of the foundation kit, inked out in yellow and green. So it has got that sort of earthy look to it, that chloroform type look to it. This one again, I wanted to show you this one especially because this was the first one I tried. So initially I had the hole there and the hole there, and I wasn't happy with the way that was flopping around. So initially I added a little slot back here. I'll hold it up to you so you can see. I added a little slot back there, thinking perhaps it'll tuck in there and it'll hold it better. But it's just too close to the edge. So I added that one on top, and that means it does hold it shut. But I think if I was to do this idea again on a page, I would have an over slot here, an opening here, and then an over slot on the other side, but away from the edge, if that makes sense. And I think it would keep it quite flush. So, anybody else play with making tabs like that? I'm intrigued now. Another slide. The glare. I need to get me some matte plastic, because I'm not fussed on that shine either. Tag here, and this tag is keeping this part shut. So I'm going to flip up there, flip up here, and flip up here. And all of those have got little tags inside. So that goes back in. Keep them down. And random bits, leftover bits, into that side load. That's the one. No, that was the first one I did for the I'm getting confused now. My favorite season this was. Definitely autumn. So, again, with some of my gel plates and Rachel's papers, and did some texture in. Added this for texture to cover up the writing space inside. Again, some random leftovers. And that's a piece of the one as well. That's a piece of the Dash Dave paper that I've printed Rachel's overlay onto. And I really like the effect. Really, really do. So, Rach, if you're doing more overlays, please, please, please. Yes. Another one of those tag pockets or tucks. I did another one's quite bright blue on those. So they've obviously been painted and come from a craft store, but who's to say? And again, forgot to do the back. Another tab on that one. Lovely little green charm on it. These are mini books. They're both exactly the same. Just a bit of like accounting paper, just old writing paper that I found in a charity shop. I think that one's exactly the same. And those are those sort of faux glassine, but I haven't put anything into them. They're just pockets. So any of those small little fussy cut ephemera bits, I may fill these little faux glassine things. And this is just tracing paper that I've printed on the computer with one of the designs. Lovely. And another one there. Again, have that for decoration in the front, but it's going to hold something. Another tag. Another half of a butterfly. And coming right to the end then. And this was a piece of Happy Mail that I got ages ago. That I found in the drawer. And I thought, yes, you can live here now. Again, this is from the kit. Yet another slide. This time with some pink in there. And stamped it blow-dyed pink, which is pink flower. And another tab at the back. But that's it. That is my Botanist. And I am really, really, really pleased with this. It's nice and chunky. It's full. So if I took everything out of the pockets and started over as an actual writing journal, it wouldn't be this big. But we all know what that's like. You get that Geigermouth effect. I have not added a closure, and I don't think I will. And if I do, it's going to be something that's 100% removable. I don't really want to go through this book with a rivet or anything. So, no, I'm really, really pleased with this. And this collaboration has been a lot of fun. So thank you ever so much, Rach and Bella, and everyone else involved with the design team and over on Facebook group, and it's been marvelous. And I think that's about all for me. The room behind me, my darlings, no word of a lie, it looks like somebody turned my room upside down. So it is, as they say in Welsh, amsa to clisso. It is tidy up time now, big time. So the botanist can go away and I can just admire it for a little while I get this room reset, because there ain't nothing happening here until it gets reset. And one last bit of news to share with you. I finally hit 500 subscribers. Yay, me! So thank you ever so much, everyone, for your support. And I'll be back again soon to play with what? I'm not sure yet. So take care, everyone, and hope to see you back again here soon. So, bye for now.